nowadays, everyone has so much information, historical information, via the internet and all the things, but we didn't have all that back then, So if somebody didn't tell you something, you didn't know it. And so turns out Walter Davis, not only was he one of the greatest jazz messengers of all time, but one of the more tragic stories. He was writing partners with Donald Byrd, through a series of unfortunate circumstances, got blacklisted, blackballed, whatever, from Blue Note Records. And in the '60s, if you didn't record for Blue Note, you weren't recording. You had no career. So he took off to Europe, but he was the king. Right. But no one ever got to find out because he was gone, and so but there are all these videos that appear now of the jazz messengers in Europe in the '60s, and there's this weird looking dude, a guy you don't recognize playing piano. Of course. It's Walter Davis. Well, yeah. And so so he said, take you to see Boo. Now, Boo was the affectionate name, Abdullah Buhaina, which was Art Blakey's Muslim name. Yep. So we went to Sweet Basil's, which is now a hipster restaurant on 7th Avenue.
So where was Sweet Basil's? Because for those of us who didn't get to see it.
Right across the street from what used to be Sushi Samba.
Okay.
There's a little like a kind of a burlesque theater, Broadway kind of thing, off-Broadway show. Right next to that is a storefront. And that was Sweet Basil's, right on 7th between like Christopher and Bleecker, right there,
Okay.
And that was Art's home. He played there at least 9-10 weeks out of the year, including a 2-week stint for Christmas and New Year's. Whenever he wasn't on the road, he played there, or at a place that used to be on, I think it was 97th and Amsterdam, 107th, called McHale's, one of the two, uptown, downtown. Well, anyway, so we went in, and I went with Art. I went with Walter Davis to see Art Blakey, and instead of going into the club, we went around the back to downstairs to where the dressing room was. Walked in. Art opened the gate to the dressing room, and there was a big giant dude standing there. When he saw Walter looked at him and said, "Hey, what's happening, Hands?" He was talking. It was Harold Mayburn.
Oh wow!
Because Harold Mayburn had hands like Willie Mays, right? So they call him Hands.
Okay.
But he looked at Walter. He said, "Nothing. What's happening, face?"
Oh, no.
They started tilting at each other, right?
Wow. Yeah.
We used to always say Walter looked like he stepped on a shovel and the handle hit him right there, He pushed his nose in, And so, anyway, I'd say, who's that with you? Come here, young man, blah, blah, blah. And they were all just like geeking out over Walter
being there.
And so Art was like, well, look, we're going back on, but Walter, I'm not playing unless you go up and play solo piano. I mean, they were all kind of cats there. So Art wouldn't go on until Walter went out to play solo piano. When he played, I mean, first, it was insane. It was ridiculous. You were literally looking at the next living extension of Monk and Bud Powell, like kind of all, and Art Tatum sort of rolled up into one, But Art insisted that I sit in. So I got to, and at that time, the band, I think that night it was Wallace, it was Javon, Donald Harrison, Craig Handy may have still been there. I got so caught up in seeing Art, like I just,
maybe Keezer or something.
Definitely like Keezer and Conrad's partner plays trumpet. Brian
Lynch.
Yes, Brian was killing. And maybe Terrence sat in that night and Donald sat in.
Okay.
And anyway, I got played on the blues, and Art. That I think it was the beginning of that Christmas week, that 10-day. Okay. I got to play with the band now I'm playing with Art Blakey. Look, once again, a really wonderful accident, like you know what I mean. And so then at that time, your Uncle Troy Bernard Harper had just spoon-fed him the Betty Carter gig. Like he gave him all the recordings and all the cassettes, and he rehearsed. He made sure he knew all the music. He personally walked him into the band. Like he really he just hears the gig because Bernard loved Troy, so he hooked him up. And Betty lived down the street from us in Brooklyn. Okay. So Troy was going over rehearsal. I was like, man, I'd like to come see. Yeah. So I went over to the house to see. So I said rehearsal. She was like, Betty, what you doing? What do you do? I play guitar. Well, get your guitar. You know what I mean? So now I play with Betty Carter.
Right, exactly.
Right. And so it was just kind of, George Benson used to say, and I'll get to the part where I met him in a second. Like he used to say, your career is going to be interesting because if you're driving down the street and you get a flat tire, you're just going to pull over and take out your guitar and start practicing, wait for somebody to come along and change your tire. And in the but that's how, because he's like, that's who you are.
Right.
He said, but meanwhile, like, a record producer's gonna drive by and give you, he's just you're that person. You love playing the guitar so much. People just come to watch. It'll just happen. Just don't worry about what you got to do. And I wasn't one for asking questions like, how do you make it? How do you do this? I was just like, how do you play a chord? I just was focused on playing the guitar, and that's how things sort of